This conference will now be recorded.
Notice of a public hearing regarding application for a blasting permit for 3190 County Highway N. Notice is hereby given that the town of Cottage Grove has received an application for a 180-day blasting permit at 3190 County Highway N. The reason given for the blasting is construction and infiltration pond needed for stormwater control. Board will hold a public hearing on the matter beginning at 7 p.m. on Monday, December 6, 2021 at the town hall. Are there any interested parties wishing to speak on the blasting permit application? Is there anyone online?
I don't see anybody on there that I would expect to be here for that, but
Is there anyone here that wishes to speak about the blasting permit before us? No? And no one online.
I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion by Duplace, second by Williams to close the public hearing on the blasting permit. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Notice is hereby given that on Monday, December 6, 2021 at 7 p.m. at the Cottage Grove Town Hall at 4058 County Road N, Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, a public hearing for the proposed 2022 budget for the town of Cottage Grove will be held. A summary of the proposed budget is attached. The complete proposed budget is available for inspection at the clerk's office. And immediately following this special town meeting of the electors called by the town board pursuant to 60.12, parent 1, parent C, Wisconsin stat will be held. The agenda is we have a determination that a meeting was properly posted. It was posted at the town hall and on the website.
it's also published.
And it was published in the Wisconsin State Journal. I'll call that meeting to order. Discuss and consider adoption of the 2021 town.
Do you need to see if there's any public comments on the budget first?
Well, wouldn't that be the discussion?
No, the public hearing was supposed to be before
Okay.
the whole meeting of the electors.
Sorry. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak on the 2022 budget? Is there anyone online for that? No one here for or against? No questions, comments from anyone on the budget? Is there a motion? Close the public hearing.
I move we close the public hearing.
Second. Motion by Duplace, second by Anders to close the public hearing. So the meeting was properly posted, call to order, discuss and consider.
You need to vote on that.
All those in favor of the motion to close the public hearing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. So now discuss and consider adoption of the 2021 town tax levy to be paid in 2022 pursuant to 60.10, parent 1, parent A of the Wisconsin statute. And a elector is anyone that's eligible in the town to vote, right?
So did everybody who is an eligible elector sign in back there? And including your address, so I can verify that you're actually an elector, okay? Because you'll be able to vote on this levy.
Right. Any discussion?
So if you picked up the handout, the tax levy is the first line. Under 2022, right, Bill?
3.3043.
That's estimated.
No, at the very top, the first line, general town property tax.
Local taxes.
is 1,750,860.
It's actually the 1,738 because that includes
962.
annexation.
Okay, all right, I knew it wasn't just that line.
Yeah,
at the top.
sorry, I was looking at it.
All right. Which we still don't have manufacturing equalized, so we don't have the exact mill rate, but it's gonna be very close to 3.3. It really can't change much from that at all. So,
And the corrections are,
We had trip funds that we got.
from Deerfield, or Deerfield Road.
Yes, that we're gonna spend the Deerfield Road. And so then we had to modify what we were going to borrow. And we had to add in the veterans grades paid. We missed that expense. And the revenue from Pleasant Springs for the share for the town-owned fire department vehicles. What we would be looking for is a motion from the electorate to approve the $1,738,962 to be levied for 2022.
I'll make a motion to adopt it.
Motion by Tom Willem. Is there a second?
A second.
Second by Dan to approve local taxes of $1,738,962. Is there any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, the electors need to vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. And so there, we now need a motion to adjourn the special meeting.
Second.
Motion by Duplass, second by Williams to adjourn the special meeting of the electors. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Cottage Grove Town Board will hold a public meeting immediately following the public hearings and special meeting of the electors. We have a quorum present. The meeting was posted at the town hall and on the website. I'll call the meeting to order and we'll stand for the flag pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have the minutes of our last meeting, November 15th, in your packet.
Approval as presented.
Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Duplass to approve the minutes for November 15th, 2021 as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Finance report and approval of bill.
Move checks 35047 through 35091 be paid. Is that how you want that?
Motion by Duplass, is there a second?
Second.
second by Fonger to approve checks 35047 through 35091 be paid. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Anything else from the treasurer?
Per diems.
Oh, yes.
I would move for approval of per diems as presented.
Motion by Anders, second by Williams to approve the November per diems as presented. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. I suppose I should also report the unaudited cash and investment balance of $2,081,430.17.
The WTA had a Zoom
Webinar.
webinar, yeah, on ARPA funds, and I really didn't learn much about it. So up in the air. I still believe that the radios for the fire department would be under lost revenue. That's where I would think that it would be. And I also have an email out to our auditors to see if they can too, but
There's some more guidance.
yeah, so I'm not, I don't really have anything that I learned. I did.
Under lost revenue, which we do not have.
We do not have lost revenue, no.
We didn't.
So, yeah, this is for lost revenue, you could spend it on road maintenance, public health and safety and health services. And so, I mean, to me, that sounds like that would fall under that part,
We don't
not
have
the negative.
public health and safety under anything else other than
Mhm.
Okay.
No.
How's that gonna sit with the village? Didn't their auditor say no?
yeah, they said no, and she hasn't found where we could either. So unless our auditors find something else. We'll have to look for other ways.
That's gonna be,
Yes. So, anything else? All right, next item is public concerns, public's opportunity to speak to the town board about any subject that is not a specific agenda item. Anyone online? Public concerns? No? Any road right-of-way permits?
Two. One for Wooded Ridge Trail, new gas install.
is that Kennedy Hills?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one's Violet Bass, Lakeview, Crestview, so it's kind of subdivision area. And that is TDS Telecom or Metrocom, whatever they call themselves now. That's fiber
They gonna put posts in all those?
posts.
Yeah,
Those green things.
yeah,
Oh, PED, yeah.
Yeah.
so they're gonna put all those in now?
Yeah, just about time they did it last time too, so. Only thing I'm gonna ask is that they place them near the other ones, so they're uniform throughout the neighborhoods.
And they come back in the spring and fix all the damage.
Yep,
Yep.
just like we had to yell at them last time.
That hasn't worked out so great in the past, has it?
Never does.
They aren't real fast at it.
They'll probably have, I think it listed Intercon there, didn't it? I'm sure that's one of them.
Yeah.
They're gonna have probably 3 or so different ones.
They'll sub it out.
Yeah. Maybe you can follow their map.
Yeah, I walked right over it.
Is there no landers at power?
It's gotta be going well.
I'll move approval of the right-of-way permit for Wisconsin Power and Light for the new gas service on,
Wooded Ridge.
yeah, thank you.
Motion by Anders, second by Williams to approve the road right-of-way permit for Wisconsin Power and Light on Woodard Ridge Trail. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. TDS Metrocom.
I would also move approval for their right-of-way work. Corey.
In the Sky High subdivision.
Yeah,
Second.
Motion by Anders, second by Duclay to approve the road right-of-way permit for TDS Metrocom in the Sky High subdivision. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, discuss, consider approval of the 180-day blasting permit for 3190 County Highway N.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Fongers, second by Anders to approve the blasting permit. They have all the insurance and they follow the Wisconsin code for how big it can be, and you monitor that, right?
Right. Our only question, our only thing we'd like to ask is, in the past with our blasting permits and quarries, is that we can work with Kim on the actual start date of the permit. We're still waiting for final approvals from Dane County Land Conservation on the actual permit for the site down there, so wait to start the permit until we get that permission.
Add to their motion that it's approved effective the date that Land Conservation
Yes.
approves it.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
When do you think that might be?
We were hoping it would have been, don't ask Dale, that's a sore spot. We were hoping it would have been a while ago.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
That's why he's got gray hair, huh?
Yeah,
More than you.
yeah, right. So any time now, we're maybe at the end of the week. We're hoping,
Or maybe we don't need it at all.
right? We're waiting to see what their final plan approval is.
Okay.
Well, good luck.
Any other discussion on the motion?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, discuss, consider approval of the 2022 town budget. If the electors just approve. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Fongers, second by Williams to approve approval of the 2022 town budget as presented.
As presented.
As presented.
Do you want to approve any totals as far as revenues and expenditures, or just
Didn't we used to do that?
usually do?
To do, what are we doing?
To actually approve the total revenues and expenditures or something to identify it, I guess, a little more.
That's how we did that by the motion.
Really, when you're approving the budget, you're approving most of the expenditures. So if you wanted to approve the total expenditures number,
Okay, what are the numbers for both?
Side of that one.
So expense was what? 5,541,198, 149,001. Correct? The very last page,
Total expense,
total expense.
5,953,49. Oh,
Don't worry.
On this page.
right in the middle.
What, the 5540936?
no, you gotta look at
5,
The one that she,
5541,149.71.
there was some slight adjustments that the treasurer made that
Okay.
she moved things around. It didn't change the tax levy or the mill rate, but it changed the budget just a touch. Right?
$700 is what it was then.
So we had trip money
Yeah.
come in and we had various that we forgot.
Okay, so the expenses are 541,149.01.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And income, you need to or not, or what?
Income could be zero except for the 700 for,
Well, net income,
Yeah.
but your total revenue is,
Total revenue?
691.50.
The motion will add those two numbers in then.
And that's already with the second.
Yes, it is.
Motion to approve the 2022 town budget with total income of 5,250,691.50 with total expenses totaling 5,541,149.01. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Moving on to the Plan Commission recommendation for Thomas M. and Julia A. Willem applicants and landowners, rezone of 2.1 acres at 4407 Violet Hope Road from RR2 FPB. We have minutes from the Plan Commission in your packets. Their motion was to recommend approval of the rezone of the 2.1 acre parcel from RR2 to FPB. And that motion carries. Are there any questions?
I'll just say, I listened to the meeting on the computer, and I appreciated hearing the chair say that there are many permitted uses, and that our hesitancy when it came up before was because of the number of permitted uses. And I appreciated hearing you, Mr. Willen, say that you were a city boy, that you didn't want to have, when our chair said large animals. You said you did not see yourselves having large animals. Is that correct?
That's correct. And also the ordinance itself doesn't allow you to have, even in the farm preservation, the rest of the ordinance don't allow us to have them anyway. And that's why I don't see it as a obstacle to anything. We're not having any.
And I heard you, Mrs. Willen, say that you had grown up on a farm and that you wanted to maintain the farm, the rural agricultural.
yes.
So I appreciated that. I also appreciated reading that one of my concerns, because I had read this, was if you were having lots of people, where would you put the cars? And I appreciated seeing that you have had an event, a wedding, I believe you were, and that you had valet parking so that you were trying to squeeze lots of cars.
Where did you park all the cars?
Well, we parked them we parked them in our thing, but most of what we did, we arranged everybody for pickup at hotels or carpool, or we supplied actually a service to pick people up places. So they weren't, we don't want to be a burden to anybody.
Okay, no, I was just curious. I didn't know if you would.
We actually paid the service. They picked people up and took them home all the way up to somebody who was up in Poinette. All the way down to Stoughton. Yeah, we paid for that.
Just, the other reason too is that when you got people drinking, we don't want people out on the road.
Yes, that was our rule.
Good rule to have.
And I want to just add one thing about, that I checked into the city. I've been since that meeting, I've checked in with the city, and our actual property on their maps it's on their maps for the Hera subdivision thing. They have our property dedicated as either farm preservation or open space on their maps. So we couldn't develop it into anything other than agricultural anyway. And with the intergovernmental agreement going on, we're trying to get this taken care of before that becomes an issue. That's why we're at where we're at now, is because if you guys approve that in a governmental agreement, we can't rezone without annexing into the city, and we have no desire for that. So something else to consider.
Question? Any action?
I would move the same motion from the Plan Commission. Recommend approval of rezone of the 2.1 acre parcel from RR1 to FPD.
Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Duplay to accept the Plan Commission's recommendation. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Discuss and consider approval of an agreement between the Town of Kites Grove and Kennedy Hills LLC regarding snow removal and salting. And,
I read it. How about some history?
well, Dan, what do you think the consideration should be in lump sum amount each time the town plows or salts the roadway?
Well, for understanding, we can't do it for a profit. So we try to break it down as tight as we could to what it cost us to do it. And that's right around $50 each time. Yep.
Every time you make a trip.
Yep, every time I clean it out.
Does that include your salting?
Yep.
Salt, sand.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna use a lot in there, you know, I mean, it's not gonna take a lot, so, you know, that's cost of truck, fuel, an employee cost, and a little bit of material put down.
Are you saying the plow and salt
The
is only
whole subdivision?
gonna cost $50?
Just for that stretch, yeah.
One stretch road.
It's only gonna take me a half hour, Mike.
Okay. You're worth about $500 an hour to me.
Wow. Come on now.
That's kidding.
I mean,
Remember that when the budget talks come up next year.
I mean, if somebody's doing it for business, I actually asked the guy, he won't plow a driveway for less than $90.
Yeah.
So, but we can't do it for profit.
Okay.
We just gotta cover our costs.
All right. Your time, including wages, benefits, the whole 9 yards, you said 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Give or take, or
It's
an
a half-
hour?
it's a
Actually,
it's a
I think
half
you gotta
hour.
Bill out full
It'll
hour.
take a half hour. Is all it's gonna take you.
All right.
There has to be a minimum charge, like.
Well, here's the other thing too is, look how much the fire department gets for a fire truck for an hour, even the brush truck. You know, I mean, how much does it cost? Fair wear and tear, gas, fuel, insurance, depreciation on a truck. I mean,
For a half hour? I don't know, not much.
yeah, I actually,
For a half hour?
yes, I do.
I don't
Okay.
see it that way.
So in other words, $50 to plow all that.
Each time though, each time I go in there,
I understand it, each time.
yeah. So if,
For that road.
yeah,
So if he goes there three
So-
times,
yep.
In one
it's
day.
$150.
If it takes me, the 3 times to get that cleaned out in a storm, that's $150.
But all the houses are paying taxes and everything. I mean, it's not like,
They are, that's why we want to do it for
yeah,
them.
I mean, that's,
Keep it clean for
Because
them.
otherwise
make it
we're
look
gonna
nice.
get blown when if it's not done.
I mean, it's gotta be done,
Satisfaction.
period. You know, we wouldn't expect somebody to hire somebody to do it, you
Mhm.
know? That's what we're here for.
It's just private property yet, so, I mean, if something would happen where we have an accident, we have to have this to cover our butt.
So Dave, what do you feel is a fair amount?
I ain't got no idea, but that sounds fair to me. I'm glad you're willing to do it.
Does the board wish to do?
I'll move
Yeah,
approval.
well, just a question. What's the difference, American, we plow American?
It's not been dedicated to the town.
Not yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
not yet.
Okay, so
Still
that's the
is.
question.
I mean, it might be too
Okay,
before we
so
even plow snow, we don't
Sooner
know.
or later, it'll be dedicated.
Yeah,
As soon as
Okay.
everything gets
Okay, so
wrapped
that's a
up,
different
it can
ballgame.
be dedicated.
Okay,
As of right now, it's Dave's
okay,
property.
that's the question. That, I
And-
didn't get that part, so.
And residents probably aren't aware of it, so when it snows, they're gonna call us as to, why haven't we been there yet for this,
Got it.
that, and the other
Okay.
thing. And so we thought if
That
we just,
clarifies things.
if we did an agreement, that we would do it until it's dedicated,
Right, okay.
everyone would be somewhat happy and covered.
It's going to prevent somebody else who has a private road, i.e. the town roads that were turned back over to the property owners. Hey, can you come plow my road for me?
Because we can always say no.
Why aren't we saying no here and let Mr. Resop take care of it himself, seeing it's private property?
Because you're gonna get the call from the residents that don't know that it's a private road to the town. Why aren't we plowing it?
Well,
Or why
maybe
didn't we
perhaps
sand it?
we throw it back on their shoulders to notify the residents that this is, yeah, I think we're running down a slippery slope.
I don't at all. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I just feel since it's gonna be dedicated.
Yeah, that's.
It's gonna be.
Like a private
It's gonna
road
be,
instance,
you know?
it's not like, then you make the private road people dedicate them and widen them out to town standards so we can plow them.
So what's the dedication? What's going on with that?
He
I mean,
hasn't got the work done.
It's not done yet, right?
What is it, just that one frontier line that's holding everything up?
Yeah, the county highway wanted that pond outlet lowered and it was sitting on top of a frontier phone line that hadn't been marked previously and it took probably 2 months to figure out a good way to do it and it took another 2 months for them to get there and take care of it. And I finally got they finally notified me today that they got the work done, so I'll call the contractor tomorrow. I don't know if it's practical with the way the weather is gonna be to do it or not. But
You do what?
Are you thinking about getting the roads dedicated like before soon? I mean,
before what?
before this winter's over?
If possible, yeah, if we can lower that culvert and have the soil and water sign off, that's all they're waiting for. But I don't, like I said, with the weather, I don't know if it's gonna get done or
Was
not.
that the only thing that was left on Dan's checklist to
That's the only thing I know of.
have done?
I don't know, next checklist.
Yeah, that's the only thing he told me. Nick, that's all he communicated with me. I would say go ahead and get it done. So we can get it done. We can get this all finished.
Yeah, before the frost goes in.
Yeah, before you get the deep frost, get it done. If they'll do it. Because they can put matting down and it'll hold for the winter.
Mhm.
So we're talking about a short-term thing.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully.
Yeah, it may not snow. If we like lucky, but if it does,
If it looks.
I'll make a motion to approve at $50 per
time,
until the land, until it's dedicated.
Second.
motion by Fonger, second by Duplay to approve the agreement with the compensation setting $50 each time that the town plows the road. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Dave, do you want to sign a copy as long as you're here, and then I'll get you a copy after we get done signing it here. But, I will have to chase you back in.
Thank you. I assume Waste Management isn't with us yet?
Sean is on, Sean Quinn is on.
All right, we'll move on to discuss and consider refuse and recycling collection schedule changes proposed by Waste Management. You said it's Sean?
Yes.
Are you there, Sean?
I am. Good evening. Can you all hear me all right? Can you hear me all right?
We can now.
Okay. Hi. So yes, we're looking into changing some service days possibly. What brought it up is we're looking at 2022 and we're seeing that we're having some route imbalances with changes to our service. So if we left everything the way it is now, there'd be days where we have, say, 14 routes and other days where we have 8. So it makes it very difficult to staff because what do you do with the other drivers on the days you don't need them? Or vice versa, if you don't have enough drivers on a certain day, you're not getting your routes complete. So we started looking at changing some service days around to make it so we can have, if we have 12 drivers, we have 12 routes. The first thing we're thinking is possibly servicing the town and village on the same day. And the thought behind that was so if there's route issues, you have other drivers in the area. So instead of sending somebody from like Mount Horeb or Poinette or someone that's far away, they have their own drivers right around the corner that could help each other out. So if something broke down, we don't risk not completing the route that day. We were originally thinking Friday would be a good day for that. There's been some concerns about Friday just because if there are like missed pickups, it's not getting picked up again until Monday. So Mike, I believe, reached out about this with Waste Management. And he came back to me and said that Friday might have been a day that doesn't work. So I started looking at Thursday. I've continued, after he sent this letter, I've continued looking at more options. We're still looking at it. I'm trying to find the best option that would have the minimal impact to the town. And it's quite possible we might be able to move other things around and plug all the holes and not change the service day at all. So we're still working on it. This isn't anything that take effect like say January. This would be at earliest probably February, but we're just gonna plan on putting some options together, being in touch and getting feedback from the town to see what works best for everyone.
What did the village decide this evening?
They when I spoke to them, I said the same thing. They're open to service day changes. They prefer not Friday for the same reasons I listed. But anything other than that, they're open to changes and they prefer stay in their service days that they're on right now. But if need be, they're willing to work with us to make sure that we have balanced routes throughout the week and don't have any issues with getting service completed.
When does the contract run out?
24.
24.
And we're looking at changing what we've got on the contract right now.
That's what they're asking us. I guess, Sean, my biggest problem is picking up garbage one day and then a different day you pick up the recycling.
No, it would be all on the same day. Or I mean, like the recycling would be done on the same day that the trash is done.
Okay, that option one is completely gone.
It looks like that was just a typo by him.
It was?
Really?
Oh.
Well, I think what would be confusing is to have different parts of the town picked up opposite weeks for recycling. I would hope to keep the whole town recycling the same week. That would be the part that would be hard to get used to.
And the same day.
I like them on the same day, and
Yeah.
I don't think the day totally matters to me anyway.
Well, it does, on weeks when we have holidays, because,
No,
like Thanksgiving on Thursday, and we have Thursday pickup, so then they come on Friday. Well, what would happen to us if we were on Friday for garbage? They'd still be picking up Thursdays.
And I think he said that they've gotten away from thinking about Friday.
Yeah.
But what do we look at? What are you looking at then? If this thing is not even close to being what it would be, what are you looking at?
Currently, I'm looking to see if we can just keep, I'm looking to see if it's possible to keep the same service days, Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly just changing the service week from odd weeks to even weeks. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm seeing if that can work out. That'd be the minimal changes. So basically, if we did make that change, we'd service the recycling on the normal week, and then the following week we'd service it again, and then go every other week from there. So I'd get twice in a row. So there's no like have to go 2 or 3 weeks or 2 weeks without recycling. So that's what I'm looking at right now, seeing if that can possibly be an option, just because it would be very minimal changing.
Okay, Sean, I guess what you need to do is when you get something worked out, and if it's going to be a change from what we have now, let us know what it is so we can discuss it with you again.
I will say this, I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world to change up the
Recycling.
which week, get an extra week and then from there on in, except that you all know that town planner calendar that goes out to everybody.
It's gone out.
They went to great effort this year to mark recycling weeks for the town and the village. And so now that would be exactly backwards for the whole year on everybody's
you're
wall.
right, I just looked at that calendar just the other day.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. Oh,
That ain't good.
no.
And we could send out, I know it'd be probably confusing, but we could send out new calendars as well on our expense, obviously.
I guess what I would look for is a motion to table this until they get back.
So moved.
Motion by Duplace, second by
William.
Go ahead.
Second.
Williams
That's
to
right.
table until they get back to us.
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Next item, discuss, consider approval of a collective bargaining agreement between Deer Grove Emergency Medical Service District and the International Association of Firefighters Local 311.
We missed that.
We missed
No, we missed
records
one. We missed
retention.
Huh?
Yeah, F. Yeah, records retention.
We skipped that.
Skipped a.
I skipped it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Discuss, consider approval of Deer Grove VMS Resolution 2021-11-18 records retention. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Anders, second by Williams to approve Resolution 2021-11-18 for Deer Grove EMS on records retention. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now we go to the collective bargaining agreement between Deer Grove Emergency Medical Service District and the International Association of Firefighters Local 311.
Move approval.
Motion by Anders, second by Duplace to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, discuss, consider approval of a service agreement between Town of Cottage Grove and Purple Cow Organics for the years 2022 through 2024.
Move approval.
Motion by Williams. Second by Duplace to approve. Any discussion?
Is this about what it worked out to for this year? Is this about the amount we paid them this year?
Oh, I don't know.
No,
No, well,
it was a lot less.
a lot less, because, I mean, we never really had the full season. Not completely.
No.
Do you think there's gonna be a lot more?
There'll be a lot more next year. Yeah.
Spring? Yeah.
Yeah, so he kind of based it on that. Him and I kind of talked about it. And I feel there's gonna be a lot more waves next year.
You fine with this?
Yeah, I thought this was really good, actually.
Sounds good.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Discuss and consider approval of town share of the cost of the survey required for the emergency service building sign. I could not believe it. It would be $600.
You can't believe it?
No, I've just,
I can.
for everything that has been going on with this whole project,
Yeah.
and then
It's,
the scope of the work
yeah.
was so
it's
small.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It wasn't like they surveyed the whole lot and
Yeah.
It was like they had to
Crazy.
move like one.
Well, the cost, Kim, we did the sign for in front of my yard was about the same, right? I mean, it's
Really?
just the way, oh, yeah. Cost me 5,000 just to survey that little building I bought.
well,
Yeah.
But
They were
still,
out for the majority of a full day to do the surveying, so they earned every penny.
they gotta go down, check posts all over the place. And
Yeah.
I'll move approval of the town share of the hearing top survey.
Second.
On the
Undesignated.
undesignated.
Undesignated. Wow, we're starting already.
It's
Motion by
600, right?
Williams,
Second.
second by Duplay to approve the town share of the surveying cost with it coming out of undesignated funds. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Discuss, consider quote to deep clean the court clerk office and add court clerk and building inspector offices to weekly cleaning routine.
So if you notice here, in his email, he said it would add $18 per month, but his quote that he later sent added 19. So I would take $1 off of that 506 and make it 505. Based on what he said. And then the other
And then
thing,
the deep cleaning that they had for the office here, would you guys be able to do that before you paint it? Or after it?
we'll do the cobwebs and everything and paint it. And we're gonna replace the blinds. We meant more like this floor, right? Like get the floor clean again
we're
and
getting the floor stripped and cleaned.
Right,
And that off.
yes.
yeah.
Is that what that includes, what they quoted on?
Yeah, the 225 is the strip and wax for it.
Okay, then I guess you do need to
And
do
the
that.
505 would be, what would be the monthly?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would include both of these two offices,
Both
which have not been getting cleaned weekly.
Mhm.
You could clean it once when you're
Yeah.
done painting.
Yeah, because we gotta work on the lights yet too, and so
Yeah,
we're gonna have all that apart and we'll clean it up. We definitely wanna put a coat of paint in there, so.
Motion approved.
Second.
which one? Both?
Yes, well,
And the 225 coming out of undesignated?
yes.
Motion by Conger, second
Second
by
by
Williams to approve the agreements with Coverall for the monthly cleaning charge of 505 and the 225 for the strip and wax coming out of undesignated for this year. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Set date for the first town board meeting in January. The 3rd? Is that all right with everyone?
Office is closed, right, on the 3rd. Monday, the 3rd.
Mhm.
because Saturday is the 1st. So do you want to
You
meet
want
on
to
the
delay
3rd
a
or
week
on
or
the
do you
4th?
want to just delay a day?
Fourth.
Do it the 4th?
Yeah,
I
as long
just
as your
delayed
office
a
is
day.
closed on the 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, so moved.
Meet on the first date for January 4th for the first meeting. Okay. Public Works Department,
You're not gonna do a motion, just,
you just said it. Public Works Department.
I'll update you on that water fountain. Wednesday morning, they're coming 7 a.m.
Look at it.
Yep.
Okay,
We don't know if it's a valve or what it is, but
yeah, the water fountain too,
Water.
the water fountain.
Oh.
right here in the hallway. Yeah.
It's not like one of those military faucets out in the line. is it?
I know, we had it work, like, we had water coming out of it too, and then, like, it just stopped, and now we can't get to do anything. So I don't know what
It's
we
as
did.
old as the building.
It is. I don't know, we should have left it alone, I guess, I don't know.
Your Wednesday, okay.
And then we went through, just let you know, we went through a sign and safety training last week. We did Wednesday morning and Thursday morning last week through the UW. It's pretty much just a overview for me, just to catch me back up on what I haven't learned in 9 years, I guess. But yeah, there's a few things that have changed. Some of the signage stuff has changed, but yeah, it was good to go through it again. And then Mike, he missed the first day, but they actually did a review the second day, so it actually caught him right back up. So it was good.
Do we have all the signage that we need for you for out on the roads when you're working?
I think we're good. Some of the stuff, some things I think we need to look at maybe though is sight distance. I know Christie has brought up one for FemRite before, like a stop ahead sign. We have to just kind of do some measuring, because as long as you have a certain like 750 feet of sight, you're good. You don't need one, but like anything less than that, we definitely need to be putting some of that stuff out there. I know we don't have a lot of stop ahead signs in the town, so that's kind of the thing, especially with some of these hills we got and there's stop signs just over them.
Yeah.
I know like FemRite, the other end has them, but the one end doesn't. But the other end's really flat, so I'll have to check distance and just see what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, there are some other areas that we need to look at, but yeah, otherwise, I mean, we're doing good. We're doing the 10-year swap out program and stuff, so we're already on top of all that stuff.
Okay.
You guys have been doing that for a while now. That's all I had.
Clerk's office update.
I don't really have anything.
When's the first date that you can send the stuff into the county for taxes?
When we put it up, I'll send it in.
They haven't
They're
yet.
waiting,
We don't have everything.
they're waiting for our manufacturing
Manufacturing.
equalized values. She said that as soon as they have that, they'll put our mill rate worksheet up.
Wow.
Okay. Board reports and communications. The only thing I have is a question. We don't have an ordinance, but do you think we should have an ordinance against having puppy mills breed dogs in the township or not?
I did too. I got that same.
You got it too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what is?
I think I threw
What's the
mine
word?
Well, I
It's
got it.
from a
I brought it
activist
in.
group
Yeah.
who successfully lobbied for that.
No, yeah,
Against
I
that
got this.
one in Spring Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it, I guess. I don't.
We don't have one. I just wondered if anybody thought
Yeah.
things that we should.
Few and far between.
Well, but we don't want to get caught if somebody does come and what do we do then?
If we had an ordinance for everything like that, we'd have one about, we'd have that many ordinances. I don't know what state law is or county. What does the county have? Probably. I don't know if they do or not.
Well, don't they get a
Well, Bill would know, right? No.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
they're licensed.
There probably is something, right?
I think it's a state licensure, but it's administered by the county. With those kind of proposals, the only concern I would be, puppy mill is one of those terms that can mean a lot of different things
Yeah.
depending on your perspective. And, for to draft it into an ordinance, it gets real problematic as to how you define what a puppy mill is.
Yeah, I
Some
can
people
agree with that.
describe breeders, as a puppy
Anybody.
mill.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
What's that?
Yeah.
Committee reports, Deer Grove EMS. We're getting a 22 ambulance,
Someday.
hopefully, someday, when they get us a chassis, but they thought that they might hear that relatively soon. That was about it. Landfill committee wasn't any.
Paid bills, nothing new.
Fire department. Talked about them wanting radios.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing in our, I mean, it's gonna be a huge expense if we can't use those ARPA funds.
Right.
Ooh,
It's gonna be like, what, millions of dollars?
No, hundreds of,
Hundreds of thousands of
just under
dollars.
200,000 if we do both departments.
I don't know how you can do one without doing the other.
No. Okay. Next item, convening closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute, Section 19.85, Parent 1, Parent E, delivery or negotiating the purchase of public properties, investing public funds, or conducting other specified public businesses whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require closed session. Pros boundary agreement with the city of Madison.
So moved.
second.
Motion by Dupuy, second by Williams, roll call. Gardner, Anders, Hampton, I, Williams,
Hi.
Dupuy.
Aye.
Yes, you may.
Bye.
Lock the door.
Okay, so I'm gonna go offline and stop the recording, right?
Yep. You can come up front if you want.
Sure.
And it's nice